Actually going to hold on the foot brake, because what we're going to be looking for first will be 60 plus Chilean flamingos. Now the Chilean flamingo is the only member of the flamingo family. We're over the far side. Now I'm going to not do flamingos for a minute, just hold off a minute. I want you to see these two birds just over here on the left hand side. They've got white bodies with black heads and black tails. Now, very important in Egyptian history, because they are known as the sacred ibis. Now, the Egyptians thought the ibis were the gatekeepers to the gods, so they were mummified out and passed over. When they actually opened Tutankhamun's tomb, they found 10,000 mummified sacred ibis. Now, if you ever had the opportunity to go to Egypt and you've been inside of the pyramids, they are actually the birds that will appear on the hieroglyphics on the walls. Now also just down here on the left hand side is a pure white bird with a long beak with a string right end. That is one of our 3 African spoonbills. Also there we have South American teals, we have North American woodducks. We do have a little duck in there with a white face. And they are called the white face whistling duck. And they will actually do what it says on the duck flamingos. They will actually whistle. So I'm going to come up to the flamingos now on your left hand side. Now if you ever look into our flock of flamingos, you will see some grey birds. Now those grey birds are actually last year's chicks, and they won't turn pink until they're at least 2 years of age. Now you will often see a flamingo standing on one leg. Now that is to conserve energy and also to conserve heat. And the last part of the flamingo to turn pink when it's reached maturity is actually the crown of the head. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over onto the right hand side so that you can look down to them. They're in a bit of a bad position for me this morning. So we'll come on your right hand side, and then you just keep your eyes to your left. And then if you keep your eyes left and right, you'll see the flamingos on your left. And then you'll see 3 very beautiful young ladies on your right hand side. But don't panic, because they are 3 female southern white rhino. And the reason I say don't panic is we'll be there soon enough, guys. So just like to give you a heads up while everybody's trying to get in the monkeys, of course. If already got one on monkey boat Now, coming up in a second, folks, what I want you to do now is keep your eyes to your right hand side. I need to get a little bit closer a minute, so just bear with me. Yeah, absolutely. There's the one without the horn, just there, look, guys. Yeah, bless her. Right, now what I want you to do next, in a minute, is I want you to look up into the trees. Because we're coming... That's right. We're all using that lane, that bit of road, guys. We call it Chicken Alley. Right, vulture. If you want a picture, guys, there's a vulture up on the coast, just up here, look. Sat in prime position, and everybody knows what's coming next, don't they? Because I can hear those windows closing. Oh, we're going to have some fun in there today. Well, I hope you do, because if not, we're going home after. Right, there we are. There's the offspring of Derek and Marjorie. Look. When you've got one vulture there on the floor, you've got a male ibis just up there on your left-hand side, and you've got a lovely picture of a vulture sat on this iron post on your left-hand side as well. Right there, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I think most of you have done it, I'm going to do it again. Now, if you have your windows open, would you mind closing them for me? Because we're about to enter while you most sensibly left your vehicles down the bottom. Because we're about to enter into Monkey Drive-Thru. There's another one gone down Chicken Alley, look. Love it. Yeah. Right, now, look at this one, there's the vulture, look, they're sat there on the post, look. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the postage in front of us. Because on that postage you will see number plates, hubcaps, wiper blades, front wheels, front bumpers, brake light clusters, wing mirrors. Now these are only some of the things that they will take off your cars. Now what I want you to do is we're going round, I want you to keep your eyes on the cars. But the simple reason is the more cars that are in here, just before we closed this year, about 4 to 5 cars in front of me, there was a young man, or a gentleman, sorry, who had a 4x4 white Tesla. Now, some of the new Teslas haven't got wing mirrors, they're actually cameras, but this gentleman had wing mirrors. He came in with 2, he went out with 1. So they don't discriminate of what car they take it off, guys. All it is, it just takes them a little bit longer to work it out. That's all it is. Now, we saw a typical example. It was about 3 weeks ago. They took out the £20 that she had in her case. And they were last seen running across section, guys, and she never did get the phone back. So that is a true story. Hello, it's my favourite keeper in front.
Yeah, the look is on the top. Train क्या हो जाता है क्या? Stick, so the look gets on there. They're trying to hitch a ride. How else is it called? इनको क्या train क्या होता है? See all that. हाँ बट कार बार भी चढ़ा। हाँ वो तो है।
To do a serious bit. Now it won't take long because I really cannot be serious in here. So you keep your eyes on the cars. Now what we do in here now, guys, if you don't mind playing along with this one, if you see any damage being done on the cars, what we ask you to do is we drive past them, just smile and wave. Because it really does upset the car drivers. So let's go and have a bit of fun, shall we? Now, I'll do the serious bit, like I say, it won't take long. Now, the macaque monkey in the wild... That's alright. Now, the macaque monkey in the wild is an excellent swimmer. They can swim up to half a mile between islands. Now, macaque troop in the wild can grow to 200. Now, our troop at the moment is 182. Now, as I'm going home this morning, I'm going to be looking for something we call tinies. Now, those tinies will either be underslung on Mum's belly, or they'll actually be on Mum's back. Because those tinies are going to be less than 3 months old. So we're going to see some babies. Now, the reason I paused was, this Audi in front, there's number plates hanging off already. So hopefully we'll get that ripped off all the window there. Just keep your eyes on the cars. Right guys, let's go then. Now I was just having a run with the keeper there because you're supposed to drive on the left and then take on the right. I think it will hang on. We've got his well come on man. Alright, guys, just there on the left hand side. There's one on the side now, he's decided I ain't gonna bother. Right. Right, now have a look at that blue Honda over there, look. I think he's just about to have that for that one, look. Keep your eyes out. Now what I want is a monkey on the back of his car here. Because when we come out by this black Audi, guys, just have a look at his number plate, because I think that's just stuck on. When he's stuck on, It ain't going to be on there when we leave, which is good news. Oh, there's a Ford Fiesta in front. Just about have his aerial taken off. You keep your eyes here over those. Now, there is a little bit, I'm going to tell you some stories in it, guys, and every story I tell you through. Nothing's ever made up in here. Now, there is a little bit of fantasy in here, guys. What happens is, when a monkey, oh look, they're after both areas up there. Now, when a monkey gets on a car, people will actually panic. But what they'll do, they'll drive off at great speed. Now that is the wrong thing to do. For the simple reason is, the faster you go, the better they like it. Because to them, it is just a game. Now, guests will often say to me, Dave, do they ever come on the bus? Well, yeah, of course they do if I open the door and let them in. But the real answer is, I'm not saying I don't, guys, because occasionally I do. The simple reason is, for them to climb up the side of this vehicle would be like me and you trying to climb up the side of Mount Everest. And of course they do see this vehicle 7 days a week. Now I'm just going to break off from monkeys in a minute. I think that one's going to give me a few problems. I want you to look over in the grass on your left hand side there. Two pretty little things these are. Now these are the black buck. Now the black buck are the fastest in the antelope family. They can reach speeds of up to 55 miles an hour, and they can also leap up to 5 meters. Now they're called black buck because the male is dominantly black across his back. Now we haven't a male with us at the moment due to COVID restrictions. There's no movement of full stock for us. What's going on here this morning then? Oh, hang on. Here's one. Go on then, Chubby Cheeks, up you go. Downstairs, guys, near side ring mirror. We've got one up there. Right, they've been scattered, so... Sorry guys, they've been scattered there. Now, that's one thing they do, like top boxes, guys. So keep your eyes on that top box. Because if Big Phil's about, he'll bounce up and down on there until that gets broken. Oh, he's good at that.
ये देखो डॉल ले ले उसने क्या मंकी है?
Thanks, mate. Right, he's still there. Yeah, he's not going to come down yet. At the end of it, there's a lady with a big blue stick. That's for me. It's not for the monkeys. Right, now here's one. Let's see if we can make up a little bit of progress here. That's the Audi I was looking for. Look. Oh, well done, good lad. They'll rip it to pieces, there's a good chap. Now, there is one that I will never forget, but the simple reason is, it happened the day before we went into lockdown in 2020. Now, in front of me, there was a young man, he had a brand new, it was his pride and joy. A brand new white ST Focus. Go on, my son, you rip that aerial off. That was a good laugh. Now, when that young man came into Safari Arrivals, that young man had 8 parking sensors. When he left here, he only had 2. And it cost him just over £800 to put right. Now, guests will often say to me, why does it cost so much, Dave? Well, the simple reason is, not only do they bite out your parking sensors, they will actually rip out the wiring as well. And sometimes when we're driving round, you'll just see a bumper with 4 holes in it, guys. You keep your eyes all about you guys. But that's... They're alright selling the cars, I want to see some damage, guys. Come on. Right, just trickle round. I'm coming to the nursery now, a minute. Because, no, there's nothing in the nursery. That's it, you jump on the car, go on my son, rip it off. There's a good lad. They don't look that adventurous this morning. See what we can find.
हाँ क्या?
Right, they look pretty subdued this morning, so my neighbours. I don't know what. Go on, my son, now rip it off. Go on. Go on. Go on, then. There's a good boy. Go on. Go on. Just, oh, camper van, left hand side. They like them. They love camper vans. Easy to rip off, guys. Really easy to rip off. Now, in the back of the office where I work out of, I work out of somewhere we call the peasantry. Now, in the back of our office, we have a large wooden box. And every Sunday night, I have to count the contents of that large wooden box. Now, last